I promise we're not doing the burp counter today. But howdy, hey, what's up? Welcome to 2020. Welcome to the first episode, season, show, video, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Today is a Valentine's Day special. Ooh la la, ooh, tantalizing, yes, ooh. So go ahead, get yourself a glass of bubbly. Get yourself some red wine, maybe. Get your boo thing. Get your friends. You know, we celebrate friends. You know, friends times they don't have to be your boo. 'Cause today we're talking about the only romantic comedy that I like besides Submarine.
You're a serial killer.
Besides Submarine, 2001's My Sassy Girl. My Sassy Girl is a 2001 Korean film directed by, I'm really trying not to butcher these names, and I really apologize if I do, directed by Kwak Jae-yoon. I probably fucked that up. Kwak Jae-yoon. It is a staple of the Korean New Wave genre. If you're not familiar, Korean New Wave is a filmmaking movement from about 1990s, like the early 90s, to mid 90s to about the mid 2000s. Films like A Bittersweet Life, the Old Boy trilogy, which would be, it's the Lady Vengeance trilogy, but most people know Old Boy, which is the middle film in the trilogy. Memories of a Murderer. And of course, My Sassy Girl, which would later lead into films like 2019 smash hit Parasite. So, My Sassy Girl is a romantic comedy based on Kim Ho-seek's blog writings. So to properly talk about this film, there will be mild spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, click off, watch it, come back, listen to me talk about it a little bit. Or you could listen to me talk about it. I'm not going to give you no spoiler warning. This is a fucking 20-year-old movie. You either want to watch it or you don't. That simple. And, like, it's a romantic comedy. It's not going to, like, break the fucking plot for you. That being said, before we talk about this film, we do have to address this elephant in the room. Technically, on paper, the girl, that is the character's name, the girl's actions would be considered abuse, regardless of gender dynamics, all of that. But don't let that stop you from enjoying the film. I can understand if it does, but keep in mind that this film was made 20 years ago. You know, attitudes to gender dynamics have changed a lot. And also, this is a slapstick movie. You're not gonna sit down at a fucking Charlie Chaplin joint or a fucking Three Stooges joint and be like, that's abuse. Yes, it is technically abuse, and no, the character is not cute and quirky for it, but there are reasons to why she is the way she is, later explained throughout the film. That being said, that does not make her actions okay, but do not let this stop you, the viewer, from enjoying this film. That being said, the girl, the main character of My Sassy Girl, the girl, is a bit of a tsundere. If you're not familiar with what the term tsundere means, it is a Japanese anime trope that is a girl who is callous, cold, even sometimes violent, towards the one that they have affection to, you know. Later they kind of warm up to him. It's a traditional anime trope. It's been around since the 80s. It was only popularized in the mid 2000s. My Sassy Girl is really cool because it subverts a lot of genre tropes. You know, you take your traditional romantic comedy, you take like a 16 Candles type joint, right? Very cut and paste, boy meets girl, hijinks happen, all of that. But what's cool is that My Sassy Girl actually subverts a lot of those genre tropes, where the main character is not some cool, interesting, like, I listen to the Smiths type of nigga who meets this girl who also likes the Smiths or whatever, but instead, this guy's a fucking loser, bro. He's a lame, he's a stick in the mud. And he meets the girl, the sassy girl, so to speak, and she kind of sends his life into a tailspin, but also helps him break out of his shell a lot and grow. And together they grow as people, and they mature and they learn. What's really cool about My Sassy Girl is that it's told through a series of vignettes. 3 in particular are based on the fact that the girl, played by JOON-HO, what's really interesting about her character is that her character wants to be a screenwriter. So throughout the film, there are 3 vignettes in particular in which they grow together, acting out some of her screenplays. But what's cool about her screenplays, we'll highlight one in particular. The Terminator one, for example, these subvert genre tropes, such as like damsel in distress, right? Makes Gwen-Woo the damsel in distress, and that's really cool and it's really enjoyable. Throughout the film, there are great instances of slapstick and gross out humor, as well as lots of hijinks that they get into because of his actions or her actions. A lot of her actions can be seen as a bit of a trust and a test. For example, so Gen-Woo has to switch shoes with the girl, and at some point Gen-Woo's like, I can just buy you some, but the girl's like, nah, I don't want that. So they have to switch shoes, meaning that he has to wear her heels throughout the rest of the day. This could be seen as a test of trust and how far he's willing to go for her, and how devoted he is to her. Now you could ask yourself, why would she be testing him? Well, later on in the film, it's going to be revealed that her last lover died and passed away. So it's very hard for her to open up and trust again. And that's what My Sassy Girl is about. It's about how love can find us at the most unexpected times in our lives. And we kind of have to be willing to embrace it. Whether or not we're completely ready isn't up to us. Fate and destiny all have a higher plan. Throughout the story, the story is told in a very interesting and unique way. It's told through a series of vignettes that almost relish in the fact that it's a romantic comedy. It could almost be considered a parody or satire if not for how sticky, sweet, and sincere it is. There's classic train scenes, a will they, won't they on the train. There's lots of 360 cameras. It's a very, very dynamic film, and it's very well shot too. But the film's very dynamic. It's very wholesome. It's filled with life and veracity. And a lot of these scenes are great character building moments as well. Take the train scene, for example, when they're on the train and they're like, oh, the soldiers, whoever steps on the line, left foot, right foot, I hit you, you hit me. It's not only a great point of tension and a great slapstick joke as a whole, but it's a great character building moment between the two. I think that's why the film is so loved and held to such a degree and so revered throughout the years. It's been so revered that there has been a sequel, a TV show, as well as an Indian remake, a Nepalese, is that how you say it? Nepal remake, as well as an American remake. But don't watch the American one. That shit's garbage. Don't do that to yourself. That's a good point to bring up, because I think the American remake kind of misses the ball and understands what makes My Sassy Girl so great. It's the character dynamics, it's the slapstick, it's the tongue-in-cheek, lighthearted tone of the film. The film is far from serious. It's, of course, a romantic comedy, and it relishes in that, and it's so sticky, sweet, and sincere that I don't see how you couldn't love this movie, honestly. If you have some time, 2 hours, I don't really recommend the director's cut, but if you want to see the director's cut, go for it. But sit down with your partner, watch My Sassy Girl, open up a bottle of bubbly, get cuddly. You know what I mean? You're gonna have a great time. You're gonna see a fantastic work and a great example of Korean New Wave. Hopefully it opens up the doors for you as a viewer to watch some more Korean films from not only the New Wave, but Korean melodramas, because they're great, they're dramatic, they're fun. There's not really much to say. It's not This isn't a crazy deep film. It's a very popcorn film. So, happy Valentine's Day. Hope you liked what you saw. Go ahead, you don't have to click off. You can subscribe, you can like, you can go ahead, watch some other videos, that I've done on other niche underground films. But yeah, thank you for taking some time out of your day to spend some time with me. I'm greatly appreciated. Have a nice one.